Unbelievable.
Is it downloadable?
What?
Is it downloadable?
He wouldn't allow me to videotape it, but I recorded it.
Yeah.
And then the women stayed around. They stuck around for another half hour probably, just schmoozing with him, asking all sorts of questions. And
So what you recorded?
yeah, I put it on the WhatsApp. I mean, I'll try to. No, because he's right. He says once you video it, you put it on YouTube, you can't say the shir anymore. He sells these. He's going to South Africa today. Yeah. All right. We are live. Rabbi say we got to go. Okay. So today's daf is Daf Yutes. It's a vacation daf today. We're going to start from Daf Yutches on the base on the bottom. My time of the Rabbanon, 3 lines from the bottom. So Rabbanon say that Yitzika, we should pull out the chart because once we did the chart, we might as well get mileage out of it. So Yitzika's step number 4. It says in the Gemara that it's done by a Yisrael. It's not ma'akev if a Yisrael does it. Why? My time of the Rabbanon. Omakro v'yotzak oleo shemen. B'nosan oleo levoino. So first it says Yitzika, then it says levoino, which is number 7 over here. Yitzika levoino, and then it says v'viel b'nei Aaron hakoyin v'komatz, which is number 10. So you got 4, 7, and 10. That's the order of the pasuk.
So those are the constants.
Huh? Oh, you mean for this? Yeah, they know. They remember from yesterday. Oh, sorry, you're right. The camera's on you guys. You got to spin it around. Okay, it's better. Shkoyach. Somebody watching sent a message. Okay. Whoever you are, Avi, Eli, who's watching? Eli, hi. Good morning. Moshe Chaim, if you're there, no, I don't think he's there yet. Okay. Beseder. So it says, but it was good. No, it wasn't good because I should have had the camera this way when I showed the chart. Okay. Yeah. So basically, the Gemara says, "V'komat mikmitza ve'elach mitzvahs kuhuno," that the kmitza goes on the second part of the pasuk. I'm sorry, the kohen goes on the second part of the pasuk. V'komat ve'vio el bnei Aaron hakohen v'komat. The v'komatz is b'nei Aaron hakohen, but anything before that, in other words, Yitzika and Levina, does not require a kohen. It can be done bizarre. That's how we know that a Yisrael is okay. Again, because in the pasuk, the 2 things that say before hakohen don't require a kohen. Rabbi Shimon that says that Yisrael is asur in Yitzika. Why? B'nei Aaron hakohanim mikro nidrosh lefanov ula'achrav. So first it says Yitzika belila, then it says kohen, and then afterwards it says v'komatz. So Rabbi Shimon says the kohen goes on before, on Yitzika and Levina, and also on after. Ask the Gemara, Daf Yutes Amud on the top. V'sover Rabbi Shimon mikro nidrosh lefanov ula'achrav. Botanyo. So I couldn't, it was like at charts, even though it's not so necessary, but I made some charts for today. What do we have? This is the pasuk. In the red. Flip this around? Yeah, okay, like this. No?
Now it's on you.
Okay. But it's
Good.
It's good. Okay. The pasuk starts out V'lokach. V'lokach is Kabbalah Saddam. Hakoyim midam achatos be'etzboi v'nosan al karnos mizbeach. And then he takes the blood and he puts it on the mizbeach. So the question is, be'etzboi, what does it go on? On this red or this red? Now, it certainly goes on the v'nosan. The question is, does it also go on the v'lokach? Okay? That's again the question of mikra nidrosh lefanov ula'achrav. you take this word and darshan it to the velokach that goes before or not? Says the Gemara, V'osani velokach hakoyim midam achatos be'etzboi v'nosan al karenis mizbeach. Be'etzboi velokach. Now it doesn't say be'etzboi velokach, right? It says be'etzboi v'nosan. The only way you can learn be'etzboi velokach is if you go backwards. Milamed sheloi teh kabbalah ela bimin. We learned already that wherever it says etzba, it means yimin, even if it doesn't say kohen. Certainly if it says kohen. So I know that kabbalah sadam is bimin. Be'etzboi v'nosan milamed sheloi teh nesino ela bimin. Putting it on the mizbeach, you have to do it with your right hand. As I was corrected yesterday, I try to do something with my left hand. Fine. So, Omer Reb Shimon, v'chinemar yad b'kabbalah. It doesn't say etzba v'lokach. It says etzba v'nosan. So how are you going backwards? Hoyel v'leinemar yad b'kabbalah. Kibu b'small kosher. So Reb Shimon holds, you don't go backwards. So how come all of a sudden, by us, in our sugya, Reb Shimon goes backwards? He says that the kohen goes also on the Yitzika and Levina. The Reb Shimon holds that you don't go backwards. Now, for this, let's peek in the pasuk on the side of the Gemara. Everybody have it? Pasuk, the second pasuk brought down. V'nefesh kisakir Michal Hashem says v'yotzak oleh Hashem. It says v'yotzak Yitzika. V'nosan oleh Levina. It says Levina. And then it says, V'hevio b'nei Aaron HaKohanim, there's an extra vav there. V'hevio vav moisef v'kamatz. Okay, so we have Yitzika Levina, then we have V'hevio that the Gemara is darshaning now, and then v'kamatz. Fine. Says the Gemara, Elahani time the Reb Shimon, not because Mikra Nidish Lefanov, but rather V'hevio vav moisef alinyan rishon. It's like a hekesh, it goes backwards. And I learn that everything in the pasuk, including the pasuk before, which is Yitzika and Levina, also require a kohen. V'sava Rebbe Shimon vav moisav alin Rishon.
Why didn't they hold that also in the Daf? The lack of mitzvah.
Ayin bekola. Says the Gemara, but we see in other places he doesn't do vav moisav alin Rishon. Elamata d'chsev v'shachad has been abakar v'ikrivu b'nei Aaron. V'ikrivu usually means that he should bring it towards the mizbeach. But over here, since it's right after shchita, means kabbalah sadam. V'shachad has been abakar v'ikrivu b'nei Aaron akoyanim sadam v'zorku es hadam. Mikabbalah v'eilech mitzvahs kuhuna. So v'ikrivu is kabbalah sadam. V'ikrivu b'nei Aaron, you need a kohen. But anything before Kabbalah Saddam. What's right before Kabbalah? Shchita. Only from this point on. The point of the Hikrivu, I need a Bnei Aaron. But before Kabbalah Saddam, I don't need a Bnei Aaron. Which we know, the famous halacha, a Yisrael is kosher b'shchita. Now, either Reb Shimon, Vav Ma'aseh Rishon, but according to what we just said, that Vav takes everything even before, which would be the parsha shchita, shchita achanami, v'zorte psula, vav ma'aseh rishon b'nei Aaron should go also on shchita. Shani ozam da mikro v'samach v'shachat. Enu chanami. He holds vav ma'aseh rishon all the time, unless you have a special limud that says not like that. So over here it says v'samach. V'samach is smicha. We know that the bailim does smicha, even the Yisrael, the owner, whoever the owner is. So Mela and says v'shochat, v'samach v'shochat, masmicha b'zarim, avshchita b'zarim, it's a hekesh, the smicha to the shchita, and Mela it overrules the vav moisev alin Yerushan. But yes, he does hold the vav moisev alin Yerushan. As the Gemara, imav smicha b'balim, avshchita b'balim. Maybe if we already have such a hekesh, smicha to shchita, so just like smicha is only the owner, so shchita should also be only. Forget about a Yisrael. Shchita should be mechuyev to be done by the owner. There's another reason why that's not true. I have a kavachomer to tell us not like that. Zrika, which is the main kapara for the owner, is done by the kohen and not the owner. Shchita de lavika kapara lekoshkin. So certainly shchita, which doesn't come to be mechaper, certainly should not require the owner. What kind of kavachomer is that? You're learning from Zrika, which is impossible for the owner to do it most of the time when he's a Yisrael. There's a special pasuk that says that the kohen gadol yes to shecht his own chatos. I'll be medayik from that. So Mela, I have a pasuk that tells me that only over there by Yom Kippur does it require the bailam to shecht, and not typically.
The other way.
What? Only by Yom Kippur do I need the bailam, but other karbanos I don't need the bailam. So I don't have this kavachomer that or the limud b'sam v'shachat that it should require the bailam. Fine. Now we have a whole sugya, very simple sugya, but again I was in the mode of making charts, so I'm just going to show you what I came up with over here. This is the sugya. We had a very similar sugya by Etzba and Kohen, whether in order to say Yemin, do you need a Etzba, do you need Kohen, do you need both? So over here we have the same sugya. Omarav, Kol Mokom Shenemar Torah v'chuka einoi ela la'akiv. Anytime the Torah says Torah v'chuka, it's ma'akiv. It means this is what's necessary. So there's basically three ways to read Rav. One is that it needs to say Torah v'chuka, both. Another way is either or. And what could be the third way? That if it says Torah, then I need chukah. But if it says chukah, I don't need Torah. Torah v'chukah, but not chukah v'Torah. Fine. The Gemara is going to bring 7 cases. Natatz yakmal. Natatz yakmal. Here's Natatz yakmal. It's Natatz is 3, yakmal is 4. Why? Because the first 3, Nazir, Toida, Tzaras, it says only Torah by it. Okay. Now, the second 4, they basically say chukah, besides the red guy, which is karbanos, but that's to say that's not ma'akiv. We'll get there. But anyways, the first 3 are Torah, the second 4 are chukah basically, besides karbanos, which is a kasha, it doesn't flow. We have Nazir, Toida, Mitzorah, Yom Kippur, all the karbanos, Mincha, and Lechem Aponim. Whether or not you need, the first 3 have just the word Torah, and the second part of the Gemara has just chukah. What? No, that the ma'akiv or not ma'akiv. When the Torah says, when in the Torah it says the word Torah, does everything that it has by Nazar, does everything by having Torah is ma'akiv. I have to do every single thing. Let's say we learned Yitzika. Hagosh is not ma'akiv. Tnufa usually is not ma'akiv. Why not? Does it say Torah? Does it say chukah? Says the Gemara, Omarab, Kol Mokom Shenemar Torah v'chukah einoi ela la'akiv. The whole parsha, everything in the parsha is necessary. We can't get away with some things not doing them completely. The Havamina is in Rav, he says Torah v'chukah, that you need both those words. K'dechsiv, zois chukas ha-Torah. In that pasuk you have both the word chukah and Torah. Simin, notatz, yikmoil. Right, that's the nukudas. I don't know how to say it exactly, but fine. I know, but the Oiz V'Hadar decided to put the nukudas like that. Maybe it's based on some word. Notats. The notats a fire. I don't know the yikmoil. Okay. Frag the Gemara. The first one, the nun. V'arei nazir the leksiva by elo Torah. V'omarav tenufa ben nazir ma'akev. It's interesting. Typically, by all karbanos, the tenufa is not ma'akev. If you don't pick up the imurim, the shoik, whatever, and do a tenufa, it's not a big deal. It doesn't pass all the carbon. By nazir, you have to pick up the right thigh, the shoik, and a challah per set of chalas that he has. So he brings 2 types of chalas, you have to bring 1 and 1. So you have 2 chalas and a sheikh yamin, and you do like a lulav. Nufa. And it's ma'akiv. Now, by Nazir, it only says Torah. Like you see over here. It doesn't say chukah. It says just Torah. What do we do? Shani Asam Kivin Dechsiv Kein Yaseh. In the Nazir, this is, so it's a very strong lashon. I have to do it like this. So now chuk is not necessary. Hari toida the loiksiva bei ella Torah. Again, we have another case of toida with the 40 breads. It says it only has Torah. It doesn't say chukah. Usnan arba shebetoida ma'akiv zeh. The 4 types of bread, right? We have 4 different types. They're each ma'akiv. Shani toida discussion in Nazir. There's a hekesh from Toida to Nazir. T'chsiv alzevach Toida Shlomov v'amamar Shlomov l'Rabbi Shami Nazir. So just like Nazir, it's ma'akiv. So too by Toida it's ma'akiv.
So the Gemara is more that Torah isn't strong enough and needs something added to it.
No, the opposite. In the beginning we thought
It's saying Torah isn't.
right. You need both.
Right, Torah is not strong enough, but it also says
In the Havamina, we're holding that Torah is not strong enough. You need chukah. In a place that you don't have chukah, we'll take kenyas instead.
right, but the point is that the
Torah is not enough.
Right.
Because Rav says that. Kol makom shenemar Torah v'chukah, you need both. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'hakohen b'dvaroi. Fine. Right now we're saying Torah is not enough. We're going to see in a second, the Gemara is going to go away from that. Vari mitzoiro, third case. Loik sibei el Torah. Again, it only says Torah. Usnan. Arba minim shebi mitzoiro. What are the arba minim mitzoiro? Eitzer zez shni tolas and the birds. Tziporim. So those 4 things. Ma'akvim zezeh. You can't get away. It doesn't have a tahara if he doesn't have the 4 minim. Shani Hasom, Kivin Dechsiv, Zois, Tiyah. The word Tiyah is like similar to V'chein Yasa. It has to be done. It's a very strong word. V'chein Tiyah Torah Sametzor. Kiman Dechsiv Beichuk Adami. V'arei Yom HaKippur. Now we're going to the second set. V'arei Yom HaKippurim, Dechsiv Be'el-Chukah.
Does it say Torah and Chukah more often than Torah and Kenyase?
We'll research that later.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was like,
Say,
how many times does it say Torah v'chukah?
yeah.
Or-
I could say the same thing.
But let's see what the Gemara says. We're going to come at we're coming to a new maskana here now. We're coming up to it. It doesn't say Torah, it just says chukah. Usnan shnei sirim makipur makim zeh. The 2 goats, the azazel and the other goat, the makim zeh. Elo oy Torah oy chukah. So now the Gemara comes to a new conclusion. You don't need both. You don't need Torah and chukah. It's either or. So Mela, since Yom Kippur has chukah, even though it doesn't have Torah, that says it's ma'akiv. The halachas of Yom Kippur ma'akiv zezeh. Oh, and that's why this is in red. Karbonis is in red because this is a kasha, not a, doesn't flow with the rest of the things. Varei shar karbonis d'chsiv bu Torah v'loy ma'akvi. Everything in this list is ma'akiv. The only one that's not ma'akiv is the red carbon. Carbon is not ma'akiv. Like we had by us in our sugya mincha, which is a carbon, the hagash is not ma'akiv. Or by a regular carbon, imurim are not ma'akiv. So you have things that are not ma'akiv. It says the word Torah by both. It says by mincha and by carbon Torah. It says the Gemara, Torah boye chukah, v'chukah loy boye Torah. So anytime it says chukah, that's enough. But if it says Torah, it's not enough. Torah needs chukah. Now if you recall, we had mamish the same exact sugya by etzba and kohen. And the Gemara said over there, every time it says etzba, I don't need kohen. But every time it says kohen, I need an etzba. What did the Gemara ask? Then why does it say kohen? Just say etzba. What was the point of saying kohen etzba if kohen doesn't help me? I need etzba. And if I have etzba by itself, it's enough. So what did kohen achieve? Says the Gemara to tell us that he has to wear bigdei kuhuna. So how come over here the Gemara doesn't ask it? Say, why do you need Torah? What did you accomplish by Torah? Just say chukah. If Torah needs chukah, so just say chukah.
Whose question is that?
Taisvis. Look at the teretz. So we'll see inside. Chukah loy boy Torah. Bim Torah Torah lemay also. So then what does Torah come for? The chay gavna parach b'perek kam gabi etzba loy boy kuna. The parach el koyin lamali. Yesh loymar. The Torah also the shum drasha. It comes for something. Go figure it out. I'm not telling you. It's a secret. It comes for the drasha. Okay. If somebody has a better shot,
So it's the same. Basically, we need Torah.
we do. It comes for something. The Gemara is not telling us exactly what, but you should know there's some sort of drasha, something that it comes for. Like over there also claim for some sort of drasha of Big Dekuna. What?
Basically, it's the same. I don't know what the reason is.
Yeah, but he's saying I know there is something. I'm pretty sure there's something. I'm not sure what.
Okay, but I'll research it.
Yeah, you have a couple of things to research today.
He's saying it's a Gemara that he doesn't know, or it's a Joshua that doesn't know.
Yeah, Joshua, we don't have maybe. I don't know if you have.
I think that's missing a lot.
Google comes back.
A what?
Don't you have anything better to do in your life?
The Torah lo yaseh l'shum drasha. Yishas Chaim. Did you just say 10 minutes? The wolf that cried wolf. Yeah, it's more. It's more like he does to his wife. He thinks going to the chas in 10 minutes. Yeah. Okay. So v'haTorah v'chuka ka'amar, which the Gemara doesn't really ask over there in that sugya, but the Gemara asks over here that Rav says mefurish kol makom shenemar Torah v'chuka. Vav moisav aliration kind of. It says Torah v'chuka. You need two. You need both of them. Why are you telling me either or? Harigo amar af agav d'chsiv Torah yiksiv v'chuka in v'loy loy. In other words, the third pshat. Don't learn. Until now we had two pshatim in Rav. Either he meant you need both Torah and chukah, or he meant Torah or chukah. Now he's going with the third pshat. If it says Torah, then it's v'chukah. But if it says chukah, then it's not v'Torah. Torah v'chukah. Anytime it says Torah, you need v'chukah. That's what he's coming to tell us. It fits very nicely. Amar Rav, if it says Torah, you should know v'chukah. You're not going to have an ikuv until you have v'chukah. But not the other way around.
The same shot we just said. It just explains how it fits in with the words.
Yeah. We thought that he meant both. No, he meant only when it says Torah do you need both. Says the Gemara, "Vari mincha dechsiv bo chuka." Back to the chart. Mincha, the second to the last one, has chuka, only chuka, not Torah. Now,
And it's not give or
chukah is ma'akiv. Until now we're at chukah is ma'akiv. Torah is not ma'akiv. No, so in Mincha it says chukah. V'amarav that it's not ma'akiv. Why? If the Torah repeats itself twice in an ma'akiv, right? Why would the Torah repeat itself? We always have this concept. Torah says something twice, ma'akiv. Hechzerim lehechzer loy. If the Torah is not repeating itself, then it's not ma'akiv. Why is it not ma'akiv? It says chukah by mincha. It should be ma'akiv even if the Torah doesn't repeat itself. The problem is, says the Gemara, maybe that the word chukah was in the parsha of eating the mincha, not in the hakrava of the mincha. I think chukah applies to eating, but when it comes to the avodah of the mincha, there's no chukah. So pretend there's no chukah, so there's no ikuv. Memela, I needed to say twice. Varelechem aponim the chiksiva chukah achila ksiva. Varelechem aponim does say chukah, and it says it in the parasha of achila, and yet we know that it's ma'akiv, and the Torah didn't repeat itself. Usna shnei zdar ma'akiv zezeh. All the breads are ma'akiv each other. Shnei bezichim ma'akiv zezeh. The two levina spoons ma'akiv zezeh. Hasdar ma'bezichim ma'akiv zezeh. And the bread is ma'akiv the bezichim, and the bezichim is ma'akiv the bread.
Because when it comes to lechem, Torah is enough.
No, chukah. Chukah.
Oh.
We need new pshat,
It
Levi.
doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Elo kolecha Torah is lechem. Lechem is Torah. Elo kolecha dechsiva achilo akula milsa ksiva. So you can't come up with this pshat that chukah by achila doesn't apply to the rest of the parasha. No. What? So by mincha or by lechem apanim, look at it any way you want. The bottom line is we have a problem here. Either chukah is ma'akiv and I don't need a double pasuk, or you do need a double pasuk. So then what's the pshat in lechem apanim? B'shani hasam, says the Gemara. By mincha it's different. Shani hasam da'amar kra migirsa. And before you turn the page, migirsa umishamno. The hey at the end, Megirsa is the soilas, Umishamna and the shemen. But it says it's shemen, it's soilas, so it's telling us that's ma'akiv. Let's see Rashi over here, very important Rashi. B'shani Hosam says Rashi, Mincha lochi lo yahave chuka dida ikuva. So Rashi says it does say chuka by mincha, but I'm going to tell you that over here the chuka Rav's halacha doesn't apply here. The chuka is ma'akiv. We're going to get rid of the chuka ma'akiv. Usually it is ma'akiv. Over here it's not ma'akiv. Why? D'chsiv begirso umishamno.
Cancels it out.
It cancels the chuka to show us that I have a special limud. Megirso umishamno. I don't need the chuka. Why? Remember what Rashi says now. Midemotzi limichtav migeres umishemen. From the extra hay, says Rashi, right? Mamish mefurish. The extra hay tells us that it's a special limud migirso mishamno. You need a full soilas. Remember that shiur we had yesterday? The shiur of soilas the Yisarin? But do you remember how tall it was, how big it was? If you're missing a little less than that, bye-bye. It's gone. How do I know it? Migirsa. It has to be the whole thing. Yeah, mapike. Shimchaza kolshu, pasul. So Rashi just finishes off. Chukah is nothing. Now, why do I want to go into that Rashi? Let's turn the page.
Where it doesn't say the word migarsha. Where does it say that word?
Migir so mishamna. Yeah, it does say.
Where pasuk is that? It says misalta mishama. So which pasuk is that?
Your base.
No, that's
You'll have to do a little research again.
I understand. It says
Megir so
chuka
mishamna.
already, so why do you need the Megir so mishamna?
You're just asking why it says the word chukah. We're saying if it says chukah, it has to say the word anyways. And that's all.
So what do you need the Megir so mishamna?
Why do you give some mishamna? Okay, so hold on. So maybe I could answer that in a second. I don't know, but maybe. So let's just finish the sentence. I rudely interrupted to point out another Rashi. Now, geres v'shemen ma'akvin, vein dovach ma'akiv. So even though it says chukah, but geres v'shemen is ma'akiv to say that these are the only things that are ma'akiv. Now look at Rashi on the top. Top Rashi, first Rashi. Geres v'shemen. Says Rashi, Hu dehirzer behem hakosov u'ma'akvo. Since the Torah repeated itself, it's ma'akiv. Does anybody see a major problem? A second ago we said, Migir so u'mishamno, and all of a sudden, Rashi says because the Torah repeated itself. So Tosfos has the kasha, and Tosfos has the beautiful teretz. That there's really two limudim that we're learning here. One is what Rashi brought down on Omad Aleph, that if you chaser kol shehu, it's no good. And how would you learn that? Migir so u'mishamno makes a lot of sense. From it itself, the Torah is saying, it has to be full. It has to be the whole thing. The other limud is that one is ma'akiv the other. That the geres is ma'akiv the shemen. That I need a repetition. That's why Rashi is saying it. It's unbelievable. Rashi just says it. Without Tosfos, you wouldn't know what's flying here. It's pashut. Migir shemen from it itself. No, it's two separate limudim. Yeah.
And now that the chukah is nothing.
By the way, you see yourself talking to me?
No.
Okay.
Now that you see that chukah is nothing by mincha, so we need to learn ikuv from somewhere else. And that's what we learned from the chazara for Geras Yisrael.
By here. What do you mean by here? Yeah. But every other place, chukah is enough. So Lamaisa, at the end of the day, what do we have? Very pashut. If it says Torah, not ma'akiv. If it says chukah, it is ma'akiv. Besides Torah, where it says other places, kenyasa, tia, whatever we had in these nazir, toida, whatever. And if it says chukah and Torah, 100%, then it's like the strongest of the strong. It's ma'akiv. Gufa. Yeah. Gufa, Omarav. Kol mokim shehechzer l'cha kosev b'Torah mincha. Anytime the Torah repeats itself, mincha eino el akiv. Is to tell us that there's an ikuv. Ushmuel Amar, geres v'shemen ma'akvim v'in dova'achim ma'akiv. Nothing else besides geres v'shemen is ma'akiv. And we're going to see what it means. The Shmuel, avagav the Tana Bey, this is a lashon of kfilos. The Tana means, even though it was repeated, the Tana Bey kra, even though the Torah repeated it twice, lei ma'ak v'lei, how could that be? Everybody agrees to this yesod. There's nobody in Shas that says that if the Torah repeats something twice, that it's not an ikuf. That's why the Torah repeats it twice.
Is that in Kol HaTorah or just, I thought it was just in Zvachim? No, we said that.
Zvachim, that's you're talking about the limudim. Limudim are in zvachim, but stam repetition. Repetition is repetition. L'chayr. Yeah, why not? Elo kol heichad etana beikra vadi ma'akva. Certainly, if the Torah repeats itself, it's a ikuf. V'hachab leikumtzoi bekumtzoi komiflegi. There's a different shaila. The sanya leikumtzoi bekumtzoi shliyasa midel koymetz. Unbelievable. Let's say the kohen does that kmitza like yesterday. He comes up with this much. Then he goes, he puts it in a kli. He measures that much. Oh, it filled up to the seventh shemayim. I don't know if you guys ever had that when you were kids. My mother used to fill up the coke till the seventh shemayim. We only had one can for the whole family, so each kid got up to here. Yeah, anyway, fine, different story for a different time. you asked before this year. Fine. So let's say you went to the seventh line. Forget the shemayim.
Seventh Sfira.
Oh, that wasn't every week. That was Erev Pesach. It was special when we went to the one time a year that we went to the pizza shop and we all got one slice. So we got the one can. We got the thing. Yeah, fine. So let's say you take your hand and you put it into the cup. Nachman, finally a story you could write. So let's say you put the kaimet and it filled up until this line. So what do you have to put on gloves? The whole get your hands messy. I make a kli that goes up to here, and every day I just take a mincha up there. No, every day you have to repeat it. So every time you do a mincha, you have to go with your hand, get it dirty. That's milay kumsa bekumsa shleasa midah lakaimet. Don't make a measuring device for the kmitza. Rav Sovar, Honami Tanu Beikra. Rav holds that there was a kfelos. Tana, there was a kfelos. Why? It says mefurish, he should fill up his hand. So that shows us that it's ma'akev, you have to do it with your hand. Shmuel holds no, you don't need, you could use a measuring cup. Why? Because the Enechanami, it has that pasuk, but that pasuk, Doris Mishal Le'Yalfina. That pasuk is by Miluim.
At that time, when they did for the Chanukas Abayis.
It's Chanukas Abayis, then I need V'Yimalek HaPimeno, but since it only said it once, by Kmitza, I could use even a measuring device.
So
Fine.
Shmuel doesn't hold that you need a kmitza today?
No, you need a Kmitza, but you don't have to do it with your hand. You need the size of a Kmitza, not your hand. As the Gemara...
It's not a Briuk.
What?
It's not a Briuk, I don't know. I'm just touching it.
V'layalev Shmuel Doris Misha. What? All of a sudden now Shmuel doesn't learn from Miluim. Vasnan, he does learn by Miluim. We had this sugya in our Masechta. Now we don't even have to go to Zvachim. Vasnan, Klei Halach, Mikajin Halach. The liquid measuring devices are only good for liquids. Umidas hayavesh, Mikajin hayavesh. And we certainly did. And the measuring devices for the dry goods, which were what? Anybody remember the shear? There's only two of them. Oh, Isarin and Chatzi Isarin. Ve'en klei alach mikachin sayavish. Ve'lo midas yavish mikachin alach. So you can't use a device for the kli for yavish for lach and vice versa. V'amar Shmuel l'shanu elamidos. This halach was only for the measuring cup that did liquids. Av mizrakos. The mizrakos, remember you guys corrected me, I said it was gold, and you said no, it was silver, and then we said maybe it's both. I still don't know to this day what it is, but I think at this point it was silver. I think you're right, it was silver, but they did have golden mizrakos. The mizrak was that kli that received the blood, and it had a spitz on the bottom, it couldn't stand so that the blood shouldn't congeal. That mizrak mikachin, you could put soilus inside. How do I know? Desiv shne. Everybody knows this pasuk. Shnei milayim, right? Shnei milayim soilus. But that pasuk is by miluim. So I'm learning miluim to us. No, so I'm learning dairos to Shani Hasam, the Tani Bakra, Tresar Zimnin. How many times is it repeated on Yantif? 12 times. The same exact pasuk, 12 times. So since it's repeated 12 times, so I can learn even from dairos. Ask Taisvus, what?
I understand the logic of that because
where the Torah repeats something, is repeating it to teach you something.
Oh.
But the 12 times was for a totally different reason. It's not to teach you something. It's because
If it's telling us only 12 times, you better know that's true.
Oh, so very good. So look at Tosfos, Dibur Maskil, the Tana Beit Kra Trei Zimnei. As Tosfos, Ein Lahakshis Adarabba, smack in the big lines in the middle, kind of. The Tana Beit Kra, maybe do you have? Let me see your Gemara for a
It
second.
doesn't answer, but
Yeah, you do it. The Tana Beit Kra Trei Zimnei. Ein Lahakshis Adarabba. Lehavush Niksu Abam Kecha Beim Lamden.
That's a different kasha.
It's a different kasha, but what's the teretz?
It's 7, it's not 2.
There it says.
If it says something
Here's the
12 times-
kasha again. Tosfos got no.
Oh, it's a great question. We're about to ask it.
No, it
Listen to the teretz. Hold on.
says it once.
What's-
It says it
what-
twice, don't learn. It says
Tyson-
12 times, you better learn it. 12 times.
We have a concept that if the Torah says something twice, it means business. It's makiv. So if it says it 12 times, it certainly should be mamish only over here, nowhere else, right? But emilamdim,
Two.
about
Two,
two,
don't learn.
three certainly. The Gemara says sometimes the Gemara says hanich l'man amar trei emilamdim. What about the man that says two you could learn? Oh, it says it 3 times. 3 times according to everybody emilamdim. So 12 times, certainly emilamdim. So he says ein lahakshes. Why not? Why not? What's the teretz? New Mendy. What's the teretz? You start saying a teretz.
There says that it's all in the same place.
Oh.
When it's in 2 different places.
Oh, so it's all in the same place. So now the Torah is not saying, this is similar to what you're saying.
Because it's the nasi.
The
Each
Torah is
nasi-
not saying here, I'm saying this over, that you should know it's dafka. Then the Torah wouldn't say it 12 times to tell me that. The Torah is saying it 12 times to show the importance of each nasi, but not to learn something out from it.
Each nasi has to be told. I'm telling
So
you.
does it kind of make sense that I pointed out the Taisus? No, not really. Okay, fine. Yes, it is a typical Maggid Shir. Yeah, we're going to get to that in a minute, and then the guy forgets about the kasha, forget it. Fine. Zog the Gemara. Amalei Rav Kana Rav Avasi. Since we have a little time now,
Another
Sing a
demonstration.
song.
maybe Nachman, maybe we should do the.
What, you want to sing a song now?
No, we should do it again. The mincha.
Go for it. But this time do it with your head.
Zog the Gemara. Amalei Rav Kana Rav Avasi l'Rav. Varei Agosha. What's Agosha? Bringing the carbon, bringing the mincha to the mizbeach, the tana, touching it. The tana b'krov le'mi'akva. The Torah repeated itself twice, and it's not ma'akiv. How do I know Agosha is not ma'akiv? Where do we ever learn that Agosha is not ma'akiv? The Mishnah, Daf Yud Chesed Amud Aleph. What's the Mishnah? Lo yotzak, lo yibala, lo yipazel, lo yimalach, lo yihigish. Ksheira. It says mefurish, Agosha is not ma'akiv. Says the Gemara. Mantana Bay, where do you see that the Torah repeated itself? The Siv Zois Torah Mincha, Hakri V'Zabni Aaron L'Pnei Hashem. So you see, Hakri V'Isa, you should bring it to the Mizbeach. Says the Gemara, that's to teach us the placement. Where in the Azara do you bring it? The Sanya L'Pnei Hashem Yochel B'Mayrav. Okay, so for this we'll bring out our map again. L'Pnei Hashem. Where's the Heichal? Mayrav. So if it says the L'Fnei Hashem, opposite of Hashem, so you should be opposite of the Heichal. You should be on this side of the Mizbeach. Mayrav of the Mizbeach. Fine. El Pnei Mizbeach. Sorry, L'Fnei Hashem b'Mayrav. Talmud Loimar El Pnei Mizbeach. The front of the Mizbeach. Where's the front of the Mizbeach? Where's the front of the Mizbeach? The front we learned is when you go up the ramp. The ramp faces the Mizbeach.
Well, you need to take it.
This is the back of the Mizbeach. This is the front of the Mizbeach. Because the coin comes up this way, he reaches this front. Well, I missed that.
You need to come to the Mizrach to take it from the Zar who's holding it in the Kli.
No, the Zar is over here.
Right, so that they have to start there. That's where they brought it up.
Okay.
Those 11 Amos.
But where should he bring it? Should he bring it over here to this side of the Mizbeach? No. At the end of the day, he's going to bring it over here. But the Gemara says, how could he bring it on this side of the Mizbeach, facing the Heichal? He has to bring it on this side of the Mizbeach, facing like in the direction of the ramp, because that's El Panei Mizbeach. That's the front of the Mizbeach. What do you do? Exactly. I don't want to say that anymore. Len's getting sick of that. Zvachim. But yes, we did have this sugya in Zvachim. I'll make a compromise. You put it in the corner of both Dorim and Ma'ariv. Keneged chuda shel keren v'dayoy. On the corner, on the spitz of right over here. So in order to be Yaitz, I put it on this corner, which is opposite of the Heichal, and it's in the front of the Mizbeach, it's in the corner.
Touch it?
You touch it. We had a thing about that, whether it's actually touching the actual soilus or it's the Kli. The Kli is touching. Touching it to the wall. You know what's going on that wall with all the blood and everything? You know what's going on in this corner?
You're walking in.
Don't worry about the Mizbeach agree now.
Is this a
Your ankle
Very good. You hear what he's asking? He's asking where was the location. Is this a riot to the location in this Mizbeach? Because we had that whole sugya when we had that moving Mizbeach, remember? So we're going to speak about that in a second. And then this is not a joke. This is for real.
10 minutes.
Get out of
Okay, now says the Gemara. Okay, so he says no. You don't need to put it on the corner. Or you have to take out the oy, and it means v'gam. Stick in the word v'gam. Maybe I should do both. A little hagosh over here, a little hagosh over here. Amarto. If you have two psukim that are associated to each other, like by over here, themselves. One, you could do one and not have such a problem. Or do the other and you have a big problem. Yeah, you can satisfy both. Obviously, you should take the pasuk that you can satisfy both. If you do it on this side, opposite of the Heichal, then you certainly cannot be over here. You can't be in the same place. However, if you do it over here, I can be Mekayim Lifnei Hashem. How? And that's that other sugya. Kiyam Lifnei Hashem. How? And that's the end of today. Now what? We have to push the Mizbeach down, not like depicted in this picture. If this line is directly opposite of the door of the Heichal, then doing it even on this side of the Mizbeach, then I'm Mekayim both. I'm Mekayim Dorim because I'm this side of the Mizbeach, and I'm Mekayim the opposite of the Heichal because the Mizbeach is pushed down. Pretend like kind of like this line is the opposite of the Heichal, only not this line, the line on top. Push it down. I'm Mekayim Dorim. I'm Mekayim Ma'ariv with one asina, not on the corner, but in the middle of.
display of how they
Levi, do me a favor. Hit that.
Staftinis is going to be visiting us tomorrow.
No, I thought you were going to do
No, tomorrow is Melach. The whole shir is on Melach. Bring some salt, Rabbi
I
Isai.
thought you were going to do a demonstration with cannabis.
Supposed to do.
What?
Cannabis.
What we talked about? What?
How do we do this?
First verse of the song.
No.